Greetings, Quester, and welcome to the Bards Corner with Matt and Heather.
Hi everyone, welcome to Bards Corner.
Okay, so just to start us off, a couple of reminders about some of the albums that are out now that you might want to take a look at. There's the Dark Element self-titled album. This was, of course, the album we spoke about on our previous Bards Corner, featuring Annette Olson on lead vocals. The Jeff Scott Soto album Retribution, which is, as we said, one of the must-have albums of the year. But there's also Pink Cream 69's album Headstrong, Primal Fear's The Best of Primal Fear. Definitely take a look at that one. Sweet and Lynch Unified and Jessica Wolf's Grounded album. And coming up in the next couple of days is Dante Fox's Six String Revolver. Now, we spoke about that one and the Jessica Wolf album on a previous Bards Corner. You can check out the reviews for that on Paradise Rock. Definitely worth having a listen to. Okay, so a few other bits of the news first. First of all, Geoff Tate's new band Operation Mindcrime, which is slightly on the nose as he was the lead singer of Queensryche. They've got their album The New Reality. That's out on the 1st of December. That'll be via Frontiers Records. Then they're going to be starting an 11-date tour between the 11th of January and the 21st of January 2018. So be sure to check that out. Reuben Archer. He was the vocalist from Stampede. He used to sing for Wild Horses, Lautrec and Lionheart. So he's got his second album coming out with his personal band, which is Reuben Archer's Personal Sin. This album's going to be called Petrolhead. It's out on December the 8th via Toxic Arrow Records. Finally in the news, we've got Dave Kerzner. Now, he was the co-founder of the prog rock group Sound of Contact. Now, he's releasing his second solo album. This is featuring members of Genesis, in this case Steve Hackett, members of Pink Floyd, members of Big Big Train and Porcupine Tree. That album's entitled Static, and it's out now. So be sure to look that one up too. Okay, now going on to the album reviews. A couple of albums we're going to talk about. In a minute we'll be talking about the new Pretty Boy Floyd album, but first we're going to talk about Barbara Black. Now, Barbara Black, it might be unfamiliar to many of us outside of Spain, but very well known within Spain. She's sang with Danny Vaughan from Taiketo. She's done backing vocals and toured with a number of bands around Spain, and she's won and been nominated for a number of awards within Spain, so very well known locally. She's got her independently released album out, Ad Libitum. It's out now. Now, just a couple of thoughts on this one, because this is an independent album, so we don't generally hold it to the same standards of production as an album with a full label and the label's resources behind it. But this album does suffer from a bit of an identity crisis. There's a few heavier songs on that album, and then a few almost gospel rock type songs, a few like southern rock style songs. There are some good songs on this album, but the production lets it down somewhat. There's particularly on a few of the tracks, and also the inflection, because obviously Barbara Black is a Spanish singer. Most of the songs, not a problem, but there's the odd track where the inflection makes some of the lyrics very difficult to understand. Bessie's song would be the highlight of this example, because the lyrics are barely comprehensible, and it kind of spoils what would have otherwise been a good song. But there are a couple of tracks on there that I really enjoy, like Ghost, A Girl With No Name, Shiva, Alabama Rose. So there are some good songs on there. I had to give that one a 6.5 out of 10. It would have been a much higher rating if it wasn't for the low production quality on some of the songs. Some of the songs, it's not an issue. As I say, Ghost is quite good. In fact, on a few of the songs, the low quality production gives it a more raw, powerful sound, and actually becomes an advantage as opposed to a negative. But still, definitely a few songs on there worth checking out. I'm hoping that this independent album will attract the attention of a big label, because, as I say, there are some good songs with some good production. It could have been a very good album. The other album we want to talk about today is Pretty Boy Floyd's Public Enemies. Now, this is out on the 1st of December via Frontiers Records. It's sleaze rock. I would say this is definitely for fans of Motley Crue, Poison, Trickster, Rat, Warren, any of the late 80s sleaze rock or hard rock bands, really. It's a very, very good album. There's a few tracks on there I particularly liked. High School Queen, American Dream, Girls All Over the World in particular. But all the way throughout, it's just an incredibly good, fun, feel-good album. I would say it's probably, in that range, it's one of the most fun albums I've listened to this year. It genuinely made me happy when I was listening to it. So that's out on the 1st of December. I'm giving that one an 8.5 out of 10. I highly recommend you check that out. If you haven't heard of Pretty Boy Floyd, take a look at their back catalogue because they've got some good albums there too. So that's Pretty Boy Floyd, Public Enemies, out on the 1st of December. Hopefully, if you haven't already heard it, please be sure to check out our interview with Key Marcello, which you can find via our podcast, The Bards Corner Music News. Thank you.
Farewell, Quester. To find out about other productions by the Meddlesome Meeples, then check out our channel or rendezvous with us at meddlesomemeeples.com. Until next time, Quester, farewell and keep thine axe sharp.